As in this regard, we can say that Portuguese and Spanish, these two, that means categories, that means these Portugal, people of Portugal means Portuguese, people of Spain means Spanish. They were the first to conquer America. Because America at that time, 1492, America, it was discovered by Columbus. So American original inhabitants, that was less. Migrants were there. Migrants all over the world, especially the European countries, they migrated to America only for natural resources, only for minerals, only for the resources of the forest department, and they started ruling and they conquered America, they settled down there and they formed colony and they became the imperial states in America. So this conquest, it continues till decades. It continues. The raw material, the extraction of resources, the supply of resources. So guys, if those things were happening or extraction was going on, supply was going on, so for that manpower that is required, human resource that is required, they were foreigners, they were migrants, they were not aware about that particular region, they were not aware about the geographical condition or the season or weather of that particular territory or region. So for that, what they used to do, especially America, they started fetching the slaves or laborers from Africa. So a mass of African slaves, you can say, huge quantity of African slaves were supplied to America as the laborers and the workers. So they worked hard for that intense labor that was required, and Africans, they became the slaves. They were paid quite low salary, in quite low wage they used to work because they were poor. Africa that time also not so civilized, backward country, and people, they were in intense poverty. So out of poverty they agreed to go anywhere in search of job. So that is why the ship, those were filled with Africans, and they became the laborer and they became the slaves. They used to work in the forest department, they used to work in other sector in low wage. Their condition was also quite miserable. They used to pass their days with misery and despair, but there was no option. So that is why, guys, you notice, you are quite aware about this factor that America, there are many black people, that means Negroes are there. Who are these Negroes? They are the descendants of those laborers and slaves. But now the scenario, it has been changed totally. They have become the citizens. They are leading the same lifestyle as the white people they do live. They are called Americans. But I am talking about the 16th century or pre-modern period, That time they used to work as laborers, work as slaves, because for the business, for the economy, for trade and commerce, for extraction of natural resources, manpower is mandatory. So to utilize, to implement the resources, these slaves were supplied from Africa, and they used to work in low wage. Many workers, that means black people from Africa, many of them, they used to work without any wage. They were exploited. They were tortured. This is the history. This is the reality. So that is why we do notice still black people, they are visible in America, but they are now citizens of America, and full right they have. They are leading their life as Americans, full facility and full dignity. So this much from this chapter today I have taught you. Rest I will teach you in my next lecture. And your chapter is chapter number 3 in your NCERT book, Making a Global World. How the global world has been made, and still the process is going on. It is not, full stop is not there. It is not ended up. The process is economy, trade and commerce, everything is going on in modern age, 21st century. So guys, on the basis of today's lecture, please note down 5 questions. And you have book, NCERT book, you open the chapter, whatever now, just now I have discussed, you go through that content, that heading and that content you will come to know. So guys, question number 1, name any 5 travelers or traders who visited America and India since the ancient period. Right now, whatever I have taken some names just now I have taken. Only you have to write names. I am not telling you to write which country they visited or which country they belong to, their nationality, nothing. Name 5 travelers or traders who visited America and India since the ancient period. Question 2. America was discovered by whom and which year? Question 3. What is Silk Route? What is Silk Route? Question 4. What were the goods or raw materials those were supplied from Far East by sea route? What were the goods or raw materials those were supplied from Far East by sea route? Far East means the Asian countries, by sea route. Just now I told you, I discussed what were the raw materials. And question number 5. Why slaves and laborers were essential in America during 17th and 18th century? During 17th and 18th century, when colonization took place, imperial states, they settled there, and colonization took place during 17th and 18th century in America. Why slaves and laborers were required? What was the purpose of supplying slaves, or what was the purpose of recruiting slaves? You have to write. I have already taught you, I have already told you, accordingly you have to answer. So guys, this much for the day. Till then, take care of yourself, stay home, stay safe. God bless you. Bye bye.